Okay, Coach, go ahead and make an opening statement, then we'll open for questions.
Frustrating game for us. Outcome, I should say. Frustrating outcome. Very hard-fought game. Illinois is a terrific team. Stepped up, made some real big plays, winning plays. I thought Andre Curbelo really showed the type of player, the guts that he has as a young player, especially late in overtime and whatnot, the way he handled the ball, the way he created. He made things easy, and he was tough to keep out of the paint there. Trent Frazier really stepped up in that one segment of the game when it could have went either way. He banged a couple threes and got 3 free throws out of it in that one stretch, and I thought that was a really important, run for them to be able to get back in. Our guys competed. We're not tough enough to finish games off. We just we're not tough enough in little plays, loose balls, hit your hands that can't get it. To grab it, they get it. And there's just too many of those plays right now that we're not being able to finish off, the tough plays that you got to make to win. And that's why we're in so many heartbreakers. And the great thing is we're at the halfway point with 10 games. We have 10 to go. And I think our team is getting better. I would say that. It's one thing is I think our team is getting better. But it's hard. In this league, you have to not only play well, but you have to play super, super tough at the right times, and you got to be able to make a couple plays, whether it's a loose ball or a free throw, or whatever it may be. And, we got to grow out of that because I do think we can play with anybody. We just having a hard time finishing things off. And the good thing is we got another opportunity on Sunday against a great team.
Caleb.
Coach, the run of threes by Frazier late in the second half, that usually seems like something early in Big Ten play that might have kind of avalanched for you guys and maybe cost you in regulation. I know it's not the result you wanted today, but what does it say about your team being able to stick within at least force overtime and not just let it completely derail the end of the game?
Yeah, I think our team was here to play tonight. I think we started better than we've started. We had a terrific first half with only 4 turnovers, scored 41 points. Our second half, taking care of the ball, bit us again. We had 15 for the game with overtime and 11 turnovers in that 25 minutes. It kills you. It just people. I don't know how. You don't understand. For our team, we can't turn the ball over. And in the second half, we didn't take care of the ball well enough. We had some reluctant shooters at times who felt they wanted to drive it. We had a couple charges. In my opinion. Can't watch the film right now and say, but I thought they were tough calls. But, at the end of the day, you can't turn it over 11 times. That really hurt us in the second half. Free throws continue to be a bugaboo, but 23 for 34 for our team. We got to make more than that, but we hung in there tough. Trent Frazier made 2 big shots. It was ball screen defense there at the end. Your last eight minutes, we talked about it all week long. It's going to come down to being able to defend the high ball screen. It's going to be able to defend it out of the paint. We're going to have to close and do some things. But, for the most part, I thought we played hard. Guys did really good job inside most of the time with the big fella. Thought we kept Io at bay. He didn't have one of his great games. But other guys stepped up, and that's why they're a really good team. And I thought we had guys step up. We have 4 freshmen coming off the bench tonight. And at one point we had 4 freshmen in the game, in that caliber of game. And I think that speaks to the development. I think that speaks to the improvement that we're getting right now. So we have to stay with that. As frustrating, as angry, whatever you want to say, we have to stay with what we're doing because we are getting better.
Mike?
Just Coach, talk about Race's effort out there. It seems like he was your kind of leader on the floor. And also tell us what you can about why Jerome Hunter was not dressed tonight.
Race is a warrior. He probably benefited as much as any guy with the break. Physically, he was really, struggling. I think in the last couple games of being able to kind of go, but he was physical tonight. 37 minutes, had 18 and 8. He got 9 fouls. He drew 9 fouls, and I think he just continues to be a guy that's blue collar. He's a leader right now. He's developing into a terrific team player. So I'm really proud of Race for his effort tonight. He's going to have to get back at it here pretty quick because we got another one coming, and his recovery is important. There's nothing to really talk about Jerome. Jerome was a coach's decision, and it'll continue to be a coach's decision as we continue to go through the next 33 days that we have left in the regular season. He has a chance to earn his way back on the floor. He practices every day, lifts weights, he does everything, but he's not going to take the floor again until the coach feels that he's in the right frame of mind to, number one, lead himself the right way, and number two, has the bigger picture in mind in terms of protecting our team at all times. And Jerome's a good kid. He's a good player. We could have used him tonight, but the bottom line for him is, when he's right and he's concentrating and he's doing what he's supposed to do, he can help us. And I don't feel right now he can help us until he shows me that. But that's it for that. That's my decision, and it'll be to be determined when he plays again.
Kevin, then we'll finish up with Dustin.
Yeah, Coach, you didn't score your first points in the overtime session until 7.3 seconds left. I'm just curious about your evaluation of some of those possessions and why it was, such a struggle in that extra session.
It's a struggle because Illinois is a really good team. And they're a really good defensive team. They're sticky on the ball, and it's very, very difficult, as the game continues to wear on. We only took 8 threes in this game. So it kind of shows you at the end of the day what they were willing to kind of give up. They gave up twos, paint touches, and post-ups. There wasn't a whole lot of ball moving around for good shots, quality threes. They eliminated threes tonight. And I thought the ball had a hard time moving just because of the way they played. We were able to play inside out. We were able to get free throws. I mean, we shot 34 free throws. The first time we played them, I'm not sure how many free throws we shot, but we were able to get 34 free throws in the game. In overtime, it comes down to some balls got to go in. And, we had a couple plays, some opportunities that just didn't go our way. And throughout the course of a 45-minute game, it's hard, that the other team kind of knows what's coming. And it's very difficult to just post them up and just score on them. But we'll watch the film. We'll try to get better. We're right there. A couple bad turnovers I just thought, really, really hurt us throughout the course of that second half. And especially in overtime, we had 2 charges, or at least 1 charge that, we got to be able to take the open shot rather than drive it.
Last question, Dustin.
Archie, just what did you think Armand specifically did well against Dio? You obviously kept him from getting a lot of shots, and also how disappointing is it off the floor with 3 minutes?
I'm sorry about the second part, but I thought Armand did a pretty good job. But, here's the thing with Io. He drew 5 fouls in the first half. He put our whole backcourt in foul trouble. So he was doing damage in the first half. And I thought in the second half, we did a better job of guarding without fouling, in particular on him. And Armand was feeling a little better tonight. I think you could tell with his legs and his quickness. But he just concentrated. And I thought, at the end of the day, he did as solid of a job as you can do on a guy like that. And Io's a great player. And it just shows a testament to their team to be able to come in on the road, win one when your best player goes 2 for 11, from the floor. So it says a lot about them. They're continuing to have a great year. And we've played 2 really hard games with them. And tonight was one that really stings because this one didn't come down to, hey, couldn't make a shot or whatever. This one came down really at the end of the day, probably about 5 to 10 balls that just hit us in the hands or we didn't dive on. And you have to be able to do that in February to be able to win a game like that because it's a monumental game. But it's over, and it's on to this week to improve and play Iowa.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.